Georgia Classic. Alongside Walker McCrary, I'm Craig Corbin, along with the entire Nighthawk Sports Network team. And a great day to be playing basketball. It's raining outside. Boy, we have got a whale of a matchup here today. It's the one that everyone was looking forward to. But goodness gracious, how did we get to this point in the North Georgia Classic with so many unusual outcomes?
Well, you say unusual outcomes. I don't know that Clayton State beating Carson-Newman yesterday was quote-unquote unusual. Unexpected, maybe, but Clayton State's a very good basketball team. It becomes unusual. It wasn't unusual yesterday. It becomes unusual when Life is leading by 10 points with about 6 minutes to go and hangs on to beat Clayton State by a single point. So the team that, looking at it on paper, you would think goes 0-2 on the weekend, magically ends up 1-1, beating a team that beat a nationally ranked team in Carson-Newman yesterday.
So Carson-Newman, ranked number 20 nationally, falls. That was just a mind-boggling result. And then you've got today's outcome in the opener here today that really, I think, just sort of set the tone for this one, which we've all been waiting for. This is the 11th meeting between North Georgia and Carson-Newman, a top 20 matchup. North Georgia ranked 11th, Carson-Newman ranked 20th for the time being. What a great opportunity for the Nighthawks to get that monkey off their back. 7-3, the advantage Carson-Newman in the series, and they won the last 3 in a row.
When the schedule gets released, you start looking to find those matchups that you know are going to be good matchups, and you circle them. This is the first one that is circled. Of course, the Lander double or the Lander 2 games a little bit later on are circled as well. But this, I think, is the first one that North Georgia fans circle on the schedule, and rightfully so. Like you said, winners of the last 3 are Carson-Newman, one of those being in a regional final, the other 2 being on campus over in Memorial Hall, a 4-point loss 2 years ago. And it's the women's basketball team's only loss in this building last year, and they led the entire first half in that one. So North Georgia's right there, but like you said, the monkey has been on the back. Carson-Newman's not going to be happy with the loss yesterday. We expect them to come out firing and shooting better than they did last year. So the thing is, can North Georgia get through that opening wave and get that monkey off the back, like you said, to be able to move on? You're no longer second fiddle in this, what's becoming a pretty good rivalry.
In what has become, I think, my favorite rivalry in recent years. I think when you look at the Carson-Newman effort last night, subpar shooting, that'll be the biggest question mark for me today, how they come out of the gate.
And it's all going to start with Kayla Marisites for Carson-Newman, averaging 19 and 14, a double-double. She's the only person in Carson-Newman history for women's basketball to have a 20-20 game. Can she get going? She had a double-double yesterday, and she's going to get hers again today. I would not be surprised if it's a double-double. But it seemed like that she wasn't finding the rhythm early on. All of her stuff came later, and that really allowed Clayton State to stay in the game. And then when they put pressure on this young backcourt of the Lady Eagles, that's when Clayton State started to run away with it.
When we look at Carson-Newman and head coach Mike Mincy, it tends to be reloading when you look at what they were able to put together as far as their roster. The Marisites sisters have been phenomenal in their time at Carson-Newman, but certainly that is not the only thing that they bring to the table.
No, when you look at their roster, it's again, reload. And I think the big piece that Coach Mincy had to fill was the point guard. You lose All-American Harris Price. She's now sitting as an assistant coach for Carson-Newman. How do you find the replacement? And it's really been Braylon Weichel. You'll remember that last name from last year, Ashton Weichel. She could shoot the 3 better than a lot of people in this southeast region. Braylon comes in, starts as a true freshman, game 1, and she really handles the ball well. She's not as good of a passer as Harris was, but she can definitely handle the ball, handle pressure, and get this offense rolling to get it in the hands of Kayla Marisites.
We talked about the fact that Carson-Newman suffered the loss yesterday by 10. Different story for what the North Georgia Nighthawks did. It was, I think, the third quarter really the epitome of what this team is capable of doing in the game last night.
Went on a 23-5 run in that quarter. It was a 23-9 third quarter. for North Georgia, and it really came off the intensity of Abby Franklin. We said it was going to rest on her shoulders to be able to break the pressure. We said that at halftime. She did a great job of doing that. She started hitting a couple shots, but it got back into the post. After those first 3 or 4 possessions where North Georgia pounded the paint to Kyra and Julianne, you saw us settling a little bit for some outside jumpers, and I think that was preached pretty good in the locker room for North Georgia to get back to the game plan, get it inside to Kyra and Julianne. They started finally falling for Julianne, and that's where it started snowballing a little bit for life.
Today's game should be a phenomenal matchup in the paint. Can't wait for that. We're going to take a break. Got a lot more left here in the pregame. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
And I'm right behind you.
What is the Golden Eagle Band? Established in 1873, we are the oldest organization on campus. Excellence in music is our passion. Our spirit of brotherhood provides friendships that last a lifetime. We compete and perform just for fun. Join the tradition.
With Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back we are in the pregame here as we await the start of North Georgia and Carson-Newman. Craig Corbin, Walker McCrary, and we had begun to talk a little bit about the Nighthawks and the phenomenal third quarter last night. What wound up being a 22-point win. The Nighthawks led by as many as 26 on a couple of occasions. Been impressed with the ability of the non-starters to get quality minutes. Last night, certainly an example of that.
Yeah, the ability for Coach Burson to get a little deeper in the bench, take some legs off of Abby, Julianne, Kyra, knowing that you're going to have another up-and-down game here today against Carson-Newman. But to see Chloe Savage get 9 points, a career high, to see Lacey McCoy come in and get 5 points, to see Macy Gregg running the offense, it's not only a chance for them to get minutes now, it's a chance to get experience because those are the players that are filling these roles that Julianne, Kyra, and Abby have right now. Those are the players that are going to be the future of this program. To be able to get them experience as a freshman, even though the game wasn't very close at that time, it's still quality experience on the floor, which is immeasurable when you talk about down the line. Think of what Abby Franklin did as a freshman. She played a whole lot as a freshman then, and now she's running arguably the offense and the defense for the best team in this Southeast region.
And to that point, the fact that those young ladies are getting quality minutes, they're very quickly transitioning from freshmen into veteran players, given the fact that they're seeing a lot of playing time. Today will be a great opportunity to put that to the test. You know, we talked as we went into the break about what should be a great matchup in the paint today. It will be curious to see what matchups individually, as far as defensive assignments, we wind up with.
Who's going to match up with Kayla Marisites, I think, is the one that really is that I'm going to be looking for. Would not be surprised to see Kyra Davis guarding her at some point, Julianne Sutton, Amani Arnold. I think it's going to be defense by committee against her because she can do anything on the floor. Carson-Newman has a lot of players that can shoot the three and handle the ball, but not many of them can affect the game as much as Kayla can. She can put the ball on the ground, drive to the hoop, and shoot the layup. She can shoot the three. She's not afraid to gamble for steals on the defensive side. She is a game changer on the floor for Mike Mincy. Who starts guarding her? Your guess is as good as mine, but I think that between the three names that I said, Amani, Julianne, and Kyra, it's going to have to be defense by committee based on, you know, just what she's trying to do in the game.
One of the things that we have seen so often, last night no exception, unselfish play by the Nighthawks, great ball movement. There were a couple of transitions last night where easily all five players touched the ball at one point or another. I'll be curious to see if that continues tonight. We talked about the play of Macy Gregg and her ability to bring the ball up against pressure. That's something I expect to see this afternoon.
Again, going back to Abby as a freshman, we said last year that she was playing like a senior just because of all the experience that she got as a freshman. Macy Gregg reminds me a whole lot of where Abby was as a freshman, and now that she's getting that experience like Abby did when she gets into her sophomore year, you could theoretically have three senior point guards on the floor with Abby, Kara Groover, and Macy Gregg. Even though Macy will be listed as a sophomore on this roster, the basketball IQ and the veteranness of her play will be as a senior.
Without question. You mentioned Kara Groover, young lady that really has been a stalwart, leads the team in rebounding at about 7 per game. And, again, going back to last night's ball game, a couple of examples where she just was in the right place at the right time, knew where the ball was going to come off the rim. That's why she leads the team in rebounding.
She stands at 5'7". She is tied for the shortest player on the team with one Abby Franklin, and she leads the team in rebounding. That doesn't just speak to not only knowing, you know, where the ball's coming off and being in the right place at the right time. That's effort.
Right.
A lot of Kara's rebounds are off of effort. You saw it last night. She missed a three from the corner to our right, bounced high off the rim, and somehow she swoops under everybody, comes up with the rebound, dribbles out, and starts the offense again with the 20-second clock. That's not, you know, just knowing where the ball is going to be. That's effort to be able to get through 9 other players who are standing in the paint trying to get the rebound, pull it down, and get things going. That's what I really like about her game, that she's not afraid to get her nose in there, to use a football term, like a linebacker,
right,
and do something that is selfless. We talk about charges being selfless. That's being selfless as well, because you miss a three, you could just go ahead and run back on defense. She crashes the board and goes after the ball no matter where it is on the floor.
Without question. And, of course, part of the success for the Nighthawks all year long has been the inside play of Julianne Sutton. How she gets out of the blocks tonight, I think, will be a big determining factor in the outcome.
Slow start last night, had trouble putting them home inside the paint. If she can put them home inside the paint, that's going to really take Carson-Newman out of their game. They've ran a lot of 2-3 yesterday against Clayton State, but they're an up-and-down team, so I kind of expected that. Would not be surprised to see Carson-Newman more in man-to-man, full-court stuff today. But if Julianne can get going inside, that'll force them back in the zone and allow for Miss March to show up again in November.
Looking forward to this one greatly. We're so glad that you've joined us here this afternoon on the Nighthawk Sports Network. We're going to step aside. When we come back, it'll be time for the starting lineups and the opening tip. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
It takes more than intelligence and talent to succeed in life. It takes grit and a commitment to excellence.
It takes the willingness to serve others and a cause greater than yourself.
It requires you to push boundaries,
ask difficult questions,
and understand the world around you.
It requires you to know your strengths
and weaknesses, and have the desire to make yourself better than you were yesterday.
It requires you to be independent, efficient, and tolerant.
Ultimately, it requires you to be a leader. At the University of North Georgia, we develop leaders.
Leaders who serve our country abroad to tackle the challenges of the world.
And leaders who serve at home to improve our way of life.
Leaders who never quit.
Leaders who lead by example and not exception.
Leaders who are tough, but fair.
Leaders who are relentless and passionate.
Leaders who solve problems and don't make excuses.
Leaders who do the right thing, even when no one's looking.
There's nothing average about the University of North Georgia and its Corps of Cadets.
If you've got what it takes, then bring it.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high though. Hi. Hey. Oh my God, there it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. God, I'm good.
Can you stop copying me?
Back we are. Time now for your starting lineups in this, the fourth and final game of the 2019 North Georgia Classic. For the Carson-Newman College Eagles, 4-1 overall, and ranked number 20 in the nation under head coach Mike Mincy. They'll be starting number 0, Harley Smith. Number 1, Kayla Murasites. Number 4, her sister Kelsey Murasites. Number 11, Braylon Weichel, and number 23, Tori Griffin. For the Nighthawks of UNG, under head coach Buffy Burson, 5-0, and ranked number 11 in the nation. It'll be number 5, Abby Franklin. Number 15, Kara Groover. Number 20, Kyra Davis. Number 24, Faith Arthur. And number 42, Julianne Sutton. Coach Burson assisted by Jamie Acton, Jordan Tetley, and Tamara Thorpe.
Craig, here's the key for North Georgia. Other than get out to a fast start, containing Kayla Murasites. If you can slow her down, like I said in pregame, she's going to get hers. But if you can slow her down and keep it limited, it's going to force a lot of young players to have to pick up the slack, and I don't know that Carson-Newman is at that point yet to where those freshmen are ready to pick up the slack.
Would you agree that that would also put them behind the 8 ball because the pressure would be increasing dramatically when their star player isn't performing at a high level?
I completely agree with that. I think that if Carson-Newman can get Kayla going early, that's going to be key for Carson-Newman to be successful. I mean, they've owned the Peach Belt Conference. 11-2 over the last 5 seasons against Peach Belt foes. I mean, that's pretty good.
Indeed it is. And the opening tip was good as well. Kyra Davis tipping that back, and Abby Franklin has it. First possession of the afternoon. Nighthawks in their home white. Groover works to the right side, hands off to Faith Arthur down low. Julianne Sutton in the lane. The shot is up, and it will not go. Gets her own rebound, though. And out to Franklin. Three-pointer on the way. It's good.
Miss March in November, but it all started off the hustle from Julianne Sutton. Picked up her offensive board, kicked it out, got an assist as well.
First possession of the afternoon for Carson-Newman. Ball in the hands of Braylon Weichel. Nearly lost it. Gets it out on the perimeter. Kayla Murasites down low to Tori Griffin. Griffin guarded by Groover. Backs in the lane. Now away it goes to Smith. Harley puts it up left-handed, and it's good. And it's 3-2 in favor of North Georgia.
That's a good move for the freshman Smith. Got Julianne going to cut off the middle of the paint and went baseline on her.
Boy, Harley Smith is really putting an elbow in Sutton's back, but Julianne gets right around her and lays it in.
I think everybody's guarding who guards them. This is a pickup game at this point.
I like it. Makes it easier for us.
Yes, it does.
8:40 to go here, quarter number one. And number one, Kayla Murisites gets rid of it to Weichel. Puts it up from the right elbow and hits.
Back and forth we go. We kind of expected that here early on. Kara almost got the steal.
Abby Franklin away to Davis, holding high, top of the key. Now over to Faith Arthur on the left wing. Back to Davis. Kyra will hand it to Faith. Faith works the right side of the lane, and a travel will turn it over.
Yeah, if you're not close to the basket, the referees aren't going to give you that spin move. If you're trying to go up for a layup, sometimes they'll give it to you, but I think Faith may have taken just that slight slide with the pivot foot.
Griffin on the right wing, guarded by Groover. Down the lane she goes, blocked by Julianne. Here come the Nighthawks, leading it 5-4. Groover over to Arthur, drives, gets it down low to Sutton, would not fall. Needed to get that one off the backboard, but she was so far underneath, didn't have the angle. Murisites at the foul line, now picks up her dribble on the right side to Griffin. Torrey, couple of dribbles and away to Weichel, guarded by Franklin. Now hands to Murisites, drives on Davis, shot is up. It is no good, rebound snared inside by Sutton.
And that's a good job collapsing on Murisites, not letting her have a good look at the basket even within 3 feet.
Arthur, right side, guarded loosely by Kelsey Murisites. Franklin now works the left side of the lane, out to Groover on the wing. Kara now to Abby down low. Julianne in traffic, has it taken away by Kelsey Murisites. Kelsey brings it up, zips it over to her sister, nearly lost the handle. Kayla, guarded now by Julianne, drives, has it blocked by both Sutton and Davis.
Kayla wanted a foul there, and
might have been one.
There might have been one, but I think the referee said that Kyra got the ball first, and it's just like a pass interference call. If you get the ball, anything after that, as long as it's not egregious, is okay.
Inside, Smith puts it up with the left hand and gets it to go. That was a tough angle.
That's a great move from the freshman. Impressive early as North Georgia's trying to shut down Murisites.
4 points for Harley Smith, and that puts Carson-Newman on top for the first time at 6-5. 6:34 to go. Arthur for three. It's no good. Weak side rebound, Groover. Kara Groover in traffic, loses the handle, and a foul. Doggone it on Julianne Sutton.
And that's one of the times that I think Kara should probably just go right back up with it. She tried to do a little too much there and try and dribble through traffic instead of just trying to go up with it and live to see another day.
And traffic it was with at least three Carson-Newman defenders right there. 6:16 to go, first quarter, 6-5 Carson-Newman. Murisites to Murisites, and a travel by Kelsey will turn it over. This game tipping a bit later in the afternoon than we had originally thought. The first game took a while, but boy, what a game it was. The 1-point victory by Life, getting past Clayton State, 61-60. Arthur inside to Davis. It will not go, but a foul. And that is the first of the afternoon on Kayla Murisites.
And that's going to be interesting to see how Mike Mincy manages her. Yesterday she had 2 fouls in the first half and sat her for the rest of the first half, and that was kind of the turning point in the game.
Down low, Sutton underneath, puts it up and in, and the Nighthawks seesaw back in front at 7-6.
I should have done some research as to how Julianne plays against Carson-Newman, because if memory serves, she has had some very good success against the Eagles.
Weichel back out to Harley Smith. Smith, dipsy-do, missed that one. She's now 2 of 3 on the day. Franklin with the ball, down low to Davis, collects it, foul inside, and that will go against Kelsey Murisites. First quarter, 5:29 to play, and Chloe Savage checks in for Julianne.
staying big with Faith, Chloe, and Kyra all on the floor.
Chloe from Cookeville, Tennessee. Davis at the line, gets that one to go. One more coming for Kyra. That one no good. Long rebound. Davis gets it over to Franklin. Three-pointer on the way. Off the iron, no good. Weichel gets it for Carson-Newman. Up ahead to her teammate Tori Griffin. She'll launch a three. It's no good. Boxed out by Davis. Loose ball to Faith Arthur. 2-point lead for North Georgia at 8-6. We've got 5 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the opening quarter. A missed three from the corner, and Tori Griffin a rebound for Carson-Newman. Griffin guarded by Groover. Drive, shoots, no good. Oh my goodness, a foul from the furthest official from the play. And that'll go against Kara. Timeout on the floor, we'll take it. 4:56 to go, quarter number one. It's North Georgia 8, Carson-Newman 6. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
North Georgia basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia, and Causey Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
I'm Faith Arthur, and this is North Georgia basketball on NSN.
Back we are, 8-6, North Georgia up by 2 in a fantastic matchup. Game number 4 of the 2019 North Georgia Classic. Teams back on the floor, and so far, sort of the unexpected wild card for Carson-Newman, the play of Harley Smith.
Yeah, the freshman has played extremely well. She is not on the floor right now, though, coming out of the timeout as they bring Sydney Pierce in. And it's just like, I mean, Buffy Burson knows what Mike Mincy's going to do here. She goes smaller, taking Julianne out, bringing Macy Gregg in when they bring in Sydney Pierce. So the matchup for North Georgia, it's going to be tough to see who guards Marisites, who guards Pierce here, but kind of a counterpunch a little bit from Buffy Burson, trying to exploit some matchups.
A couple of foul shots by Tori Griffin tie the game at 8. A little pressure there, but Abby Franklin gets it across, now in the hands of Kyrie Davis. Davis picks up her dribble, back to Franklin. 4:44 to go in the first. Savage back to Franklin. Over it goes to Macy Gregg in there. Now Franklin with 11 to shoot. Gets it away to Groover. Now Franklin in the corner. Lobs over the top to Davis. Collects, shoots. Would not go. Might have been contact.
Yeah, a lot of contact underneath for Madison Bird. No whistle.
Ball in the hands of Abby Wilson. Now a three from number 3, Addison Bird.
So she gets away with treason and gets 3 points for her reward.
5-0 run now by Carson-Newman. 4:12 to go in the opening quarter. Davis at the foul line. Back to Franklin, steps in, now kicks it out to Gregg. Goes baseline, right side. Shot is up and goes.
That's such a good move from the freshman. Went baseline, had the wherewithal to turn her back to the defense and back up into to get the angle.
Inside 4 minutes now, first quarter. Holding high, Addison Bird away to Marisites, down low. Now on the perimeter to Weichel. Braylon drives on Franklin, kicks it now to Addison Bird. Holding high, top of the key, works to the left elbow. High arcing shot is short, rebound snared by Savage. 3:33 to go, first quarter. Groover now away to Franklin, top of the key. Savage works to the elbow. Franklin, a long three, it is short. Ball tipped and out of bounds. It will go over to Carson-Newman.
I like the shot, though, from Abby. She gets some space, and that's generally a good spot for her to shoot from. She's played a lot of minutes early on, though.
True that. 3:15 on the first quarter clock. Holding high, Sydney Pierce. 6'3" sophomore out of Johnson City. Daniel Boone high. Shot clock at 10. Weichel drives, kicks to Marisites on the left side. She'll head to the paint. Backs in on Davis, turns, 10-footer is up. No good. She is still scoreless on the day.
That's a fantastic defensive effort by Kairos, keeping with her, not fouling as she drived in the lane, and then just getting a hand up, forcing the fadeaway.
Sutton backs in, now kicks to Groover, top of the key. Franklin over to Macy Gregg. Macy now finds Groover on the wing, down low, intended for Sutton. She'll get it over to Gregg. 9 to shoot. Top of the key, Davis with 7. 6 to Franklin. 5, 4. Bounce pass. Groover launches a high arcing 3. It is no good. And Carson-Newman with the ball and a 1-point lead. 11-10 your score. 2:18 to go first quarter. Weichel 20-footer no good. In and out. Into the hands of Macy Gregg. She'll bring it up behind the back. Dribble. Love it every time she does it. And a reach-in foul by Abby Wilson.
And I kind of thought there that Macy had left the ball open for that back tap, but as she kind of figured that out, she moved it in front and kind of forced that contact. And again, just the veteranness that we see from Macy already just in her 6th game of her collegiate career is
savvy.
Yes. It's a great word.
Davis and Groover get a breather. Arthur and Arnold are in the lineup. Franklin around the left side. Back to the corner. The lob to Sutton. Julianne turns, shoots, 5-footer, left it short.
Now this is a chance for North Georgia to kind of build something here. No Marisites on the floor.
That's an unusual circumstance. Chandler Gear in the ball game, away to Abby Wilson. Wilson guarded by Franklin. Down low to Pierce. Hook shot up and good.
That's the kind of thing that Pierce can bring. She brings a little height and a little size down low.
Macy Gregg puts it up, left it short. Rebound to Pierce. Here come the Eagles of Carson-Newman up by 3. 1:12 to go in the first quarter. Taylor Goforth away to Wilson. Down low and off the fingertips of Addison Bird to North Georgia it goes.
Let's see what Carson-Newman does this time. They've mixed up the 2-3 with man. They've been man the last few possessions. They stay in it here.
Tori Griffin, number 23, back in for the Eagles. Macy Gregg well out on the wing. Now to the right elbow, and Julianne Sutton. Franklin with the ball, 15 to shoot, 48 to play here in the first quarter. Arthur to Arnold, top of the key, works the right side, drives, shoots, and scores. Amani Arnold makes it 13-12. The lead is 1 for Carson-Newman. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The drive by Goforth had it taken away. Franklin 2-on-1 with Sutton. She'll bounce it to Julianne. The shot is up. It would not go. Ball tipped, and Carson-Newman has it with 15 seconds. Goodness gracious. That was a great transition opportunity for the Nighthawks. 7, 6, 5 seconds. Goforth with the ball. Stops, fakes, shoots. No good, and that's your first quarter. Carson-Newman with a 5-0 run. Leads by 1 after 1. It's 13-12, Carson-Newman. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? That is Fox 2-3 out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
just as good a first quarter as we imagined it would be. Carson-Newman with a 1-point advantage, 13-12 your score. Craig Corbin, Walker McCrary, the entire Nighthawk Sports Network team here today in what will be a doubleheader for us. The men will be in action later tonight versus Tusculum.
Yeah, Tusculum in the house already. They've got some height on that roster.
Yes,
I
they
know
do.
We'll talk a lot more about that a little bit later on.
And yes, we will. Back to action, second quarter underway. Ball tipped away and taken by Abby Franklin. So far, they have contained Kayla Marisites. Arthur to Davis, out of the wing. She'll take a three. It's good! Kyra Davis.
And that's the part of her game that is surprising as, you know, she's a leader in the Big South last year in blocks, and she can step out and hit a three.
That makes her that much more dangerous.
Yes.
First minute of play here in the second quarter. Kayla Marisites away to Griffin. Now feeds Harley Smith. Now from the perimeter, Weichel leaves a three short. Battle for the loose ball. Scramble. Abby Franklin goes to the floor and gets it to Macy Gregg. Here come the Nighthawks, up by two. In the corner, Arthur steps back. Three is up. It is no good. Off the iron. Rebound, Marisites. And a questionable whistle there. That is going to be on Julianne, and that is her second personal early in the second.
She reached around Marisites from behind. Even if she got the ball, that's still not a place that you want to be trying to fight for the basketball. Coach Buffy Burson leaves her in for the time being.
Weichel drives, has it blocked by Arthur.
Late whistle. I agree that the foul was there, but blow the whistle right away.
That will go against
Faith.
Julianne goes out now. So we've got Arthur, Davis, Groover, Franklin, and Gregg. And at the line, Braylon Weichel, a freshman from Greenville, Tennessee. South Green High School hit the first and gets the roll on the second. And we're tied at 15 all. 8:45 and counting here in the second quarter. Groover on the wing to Arthur. Now left side, a high arcing shot. Macy Gregg, no good. Rebound, Kara Groover. How does she get into the right spot so often?
Effort.
Franklin bounce pass to Davis. Holding high now to Faith Arthur. Franklin left side. The lob over the top, and that will be intercepted by Kayla Marisites. Some miscommunication there. Was looking for Davis. The drive back on the wing to Griffin. Now straightaway three. Kelsey Marisites, no good. And Groover will allow that to go out of bounds.
I don't want to care to grab that. And
Absolutely.
Go ahead and get in transition.
Absolutely.
Now you allow Carson-Newman to work back and get set. Now, North Georgia does get to make a substitution here, which Coach Burson wanted. But I think the key of Carson-Newman, you see a lot of heavy breathing and hands on hips back here for Carson-Newman in the front court.
It's Abby Hubert's in the ball game now for the Nighthawks. Hubert gets it to Davis, who hands it right back to Abby. Now to Groover. Top of the key, Arthur thought about a three. Instead, dishes down low to Davis. One dribble, the shot is up. Would not go in and out. Rebound, Kayla Marisites. Carson-Newman with the ball. We're tied at 15, 7:38 to go until halftime. Harley Smith wheels, deals, puts it up, and no good. Ball tipped, and Harley Smith comes up with it. She has the nose for the ball. Shot blocked by Hubert.
That's just knowing exactly where Harley Smith is trying to get to. She's trying to use the left hand, and Abby knows exactly when she's going to go up and just sticks her hand out to make contact with the ball.
Eagles have it. Shot clock at 10, down low to Kelsey Marisites. Left-handed shot up, and a foul on Arthur, and that's the second on Faith.
Thought Faith was standing straight up. I guess maybe they're calling that she was in the restricted area. I'm not sure.
At the line, Kelsey in and out, no good on the year. That's her first foul shot opportunity.
A team that is pretty good at shooting free throws.
Missed the first, made the second. And that puts Carson-Newman back in front 16-15 with 7:15 to go in the second quarter.
Came into the weekend shooting nearly 79% from the stripe, did the Eagles.
Abby Franklin brings it up, guarded by Braylon Weichel. Long three, Franklin, yes, indeed.
Why leave her open? Now, that was a really good move to get Weichel to back off, but, I mean,
wide
that's
open.
A lot of space.
Weichel away now to Kelsey Marisites, drives in the lane, left block, shot is up, no good. Loose ball, scramble for it, and Carson-Newman has it. Griffin will hit the easy 3-foot shot.
And that's the offensive rebounds. We said it yesterday, North Georgia struggled on the defensive glass to keep life off the offensive boards. Carson-Newman, a very good rebounding team as well.
Tied again at 18, 6:30 to go in the second, and a foul inside. That will be on Kayla Marisites.
Her second,
That
again,
is
still
her
not
second.
in the scoring column. North Georgia's done the job on the defensive side to keep her off, and now does Mike Mincy keep her on the bench the rest of the half?
Good question. Shot would not go for Amani. We're still tied at 18. Harley Smith will bring it up, the lefty at the top of the key. Weichel controls. From the left elbow, it's good.
That's a good shot from Weichel. Runs in the family, I guess.
Yes, indeed it does. Abby Franklin with the ball, works the left side of the lane, down low, underneath, kicks it out. Groover wide open for three. It is short. No good. Rebound, Hubert. Abby has it knocked away, and a reach-in foul on Tori Griffin. Quickly, Chloe Savage and Macy Gregg in for Arnold and Franklin. Abby gets a breather there. The lob comes into Davis, hands it to Hubert, works her way down the lane, and that'll be a foul. If that's on Griffin, that's her second in about 2 seconds.
A lot of whistles here. If I look down the stats, both teams with 5 fouls, but both teams, or actually now Carson-Newman has 6 fouls as a team, and both teams with foul trouble with key players.
Down low, Savage kicks it out. Hubert three, left side, no good. Groover got a hand on it. Last touched out of bounds by Kelsey Marisites, who mutters to herself as she turns away from the official.
Shot clock should reset to 20.
Shot clock should, but it has not yet. Well done, Mr. McCrary, to get the attention of the officials. 5:43 to go until half. Carson-Newman by 2. North Georgia with the ball. Hubert sees daylight, drive, shoots, and that'll be a foul on Harley Smith.
I love the aggressiveness from Abby Hubert. 3 plays in a row she's been fouled, 1 on the offensive glass, the latter 2 driving to the basket and really forcing Carson-Newman to get in some uncomfortable positions defensively.
Now in the ball game for the Eagles, number 40, Caroline Harville out of Morristown, Tennessee, 6'1" sophomore. Hubert makes the first. Abby, a junior out of Chattanooga, came by way of Cleveland State Community College. And no good on the second, and it's 20-19. Carson-Newman the lead and the ball. 5:31 to go until half. Kelsey Marisites away to Harville. Backdoor cut. Pass intercepted by Davis. Now in the hands of Macy Gregg. Macy, top of the key, down the lane, left side, puts it up. It is no good. Rebound to Harville for Carson-Newman.
You know, there's a lot of contact on both ends of the floor that is being left on the wayside.
Weichel in traffic, no good. Rebound, Kara Groover.
A key example of what I just said there, a hip check from Macy Gregg and no whistle.
Yep. Move inside, 5 minutes to go, second quarter. 1 point lead for Carson-Newman. Chance for the Nighthawks to retake the lead. Macy Gregg, high arcing shot, would not go. Rebound, Sydney Pierce. Outlet comes to Weichel down the far side of the court. Up ahead to Addison Bird. She'll take a three. No good. Groover got a hand on it, but snatched away Now Bird from 10. In and out, no good. Rebound to Savage. Chloe gets it to Macy, who gets across half court. Picked up there by Weichel into the hands of Davis, holding high in between the circles. Now Chloe away to Abby Hubert. Down low, Davis kicks in the corner. 3 up and would not drop. Savage with the rebound. Double teamed and reach-in foul on Weichel.
Great job from Chloe Savage. Crashing the boards through a double box out. Gets the offensive board, draws the foul, and she'll be at the line when we return.
Let's take a timeout. 4:14 to go in the second. Carson-Newman by a point. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Hi, I'm Sonia McClain with Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
Hi, my name is Macy Gregg, and you're watching North Georgia Basketball on NSN.
The 11th meeting in this series, off to just as good a start as we thought would probably be the case. It is Carson-Newman at present by 1 at 20-19, but this one certainly has gone back and forth so far.
Yeah, back and forth, and neither team really finding a whole lot from the field. I mean, listen to this, Craig. 1 of 10 is North Georgia in their last 10 field goal attempts. Carson-Newman, 1 of their last 4, but they haven't scored in over 2 minutes.
Chloe Savage at the line. That's uncharacteristic for these two teams. Tied at 20, and now North Georgia in front on a pair of free throws by Chloe Savage.
Here we go, 1-3-1, Abby up top.
Harville with the ball, stops at the left elbow, zips it across from the wing. Shot will not go for Abby Wilson, and a rebound inside by Davis. Inside 4 minutes to go. Up ahead, and that pass intended for Savage, intercepted by Abby Wilson. That was somewhat telegraphed. Great effort, though, by Wilson to intercept it. Now Bird, and that one's going to be taken away momentarily, and it is by Chloe Savage. Tipped by Davis. Up ahead to Hubert, and Travel will hand it right back. Substitution for the Eagles, it will be Chandler Gear back in there.
Too many Abbies on the floor right now.
A bunch. Skip pass to Abby Wilson. Oh!
They called a foul on that?
Oh, you can't do that.
She got all ball, and with a loose ball, everybody has a right to it. There was no contact.
Nope. Nonetheless, it goes in the book as a foul on Hubert. Carson-Newman with the ball. The Eagles down 1. 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go until the half. Shot blocked by Davis. Yeah! Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Abby Franklin skips it across to Abby Hubert. Abby drives, shoots.
Oh, wow. I agree with the Sutton sitting behind us. Got to be kidding me. There wasn't a whole lot there.
2:54 to go in the second.
I mean, if it tells you anything, Craig didn't say a word there.
Killing me.
I mean, better just stop.
Abby Wilson down low. Chandler Gear. Pass nearly intercepted by Franklin. Top of the key, straightaway 3 is up. It is no good. Long rebound. Kyra Davis
They didn't call a foul on that?
Unbelievable. I don't think she moved out of bounds on her own. Chandler Gear gets it in to Taylor Goforth, who has gone forth to the top of the key. Now away it goes to Wilson. She drives, shoots, blocked by Macy Gregg. But Carson-Newman comes up with it. Goforth in the lane. Wilson shot will not go, but a foul on the play. And boy, the whistles have been in full use thus far this afternoon.
Well, it's only the first on Kyra. Currently 4 points, 4 boards for the transfer from Campbell. Finished her undergrad in 2 years.
That's impressive. Addison Bird ties it. 5'10" junior from Nashville. Second foul shot, and it is good. It took the scenic route, but it counts nonetheless.
Full court pressure from Carson-Newman here, a little half-court zone.
Franklin up to Groover, inside, all alone, Chloe Savage.
It looked a little bit like a 1-3-1, and then the backside wing did not drop with Chloe. Good job by North Georgia to find it.
Nighthawks up 23-22, a minute 50 to go until the half. Abby Wilson works the right side, finds Addison Bird down low, and Carson-Newman flip-flops back in front.
That's a great offensive play. Run Bird off about 18 screens to go down the near side of the lane and get the 2 points.
Clock rolls, 90 seconds remain in the second quarter. Franklin out front, works to the left side, turns on the afterburners, missed the shot, rebound snared by the Eagles' Chandler Gear. Looked like she nearly threw a punch. Macy Gregg comes flying in, nearly made the steal from Abby Wilson. I'd love to see that on replay. The right arm that came flying up from Chandler Gear. She takes the pass on the left wing. Out front, Goforth has it knocked away. Loose ball, scramble, still loose. Sydney Pierce gets it. Carson-Newman maintains possession. 8 to shoot. Inside a minute to go. Long three up and good.
They can shoot the ball with the best of them. Now can North Georgia answer this possession? They can go 2 for 1 here.
I think that's the largest lead of the afternoon for Carson-Newman. 27-23. Skip pass to Groover. 40 seconds to go until the half. Down low, Davis takes the pass. Works to the right block underneath. Shot is up. It would not go. Rebound effort by Savage. Gets it to Groover. Now in the hands of Macy Gregg. Savage works. Kicks back to Macy. Down low, Savage puts it up. Won't go, but she'll head to the line for a pair of foul shots.
It's a good job by Macy to find Chloe in the lane. Chloe got hit pretty good. Thought she almost made the and one, but an opportunity to get the 2 at the stripe.
21.8. That one off the mark. She'll have one more coming.
Nighthawks 4 of 7 at the stripe now on the day.
Second one will not go either. Rebound snared by Addison Bird. They can take the last shot here in the first half of play, leading by 4. Now 9 seconds. Bird will drive the left side of the lane. Shot is up, no good. Rebound Davis.
Gotta go.
If you hurry, you can get one away. Abby Franklin with 2. 1. Franklin will get at the shot, and it does not count.
Thought she was further away than she was. You could see it right when she left her hand. It was more of a half-court heave than a three-point shot.
27-23 halftime score. Carson-Newman leading North Georgia. We'll be back to look at the first half stats. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
What is the Golden Eagle Band? Established in 1873, we are the oldest organization on campus. Excellence in music is our passion. Our spirit of brotherhood provides friendships that last a lifetime. compete and perform just for fun. Join the tradition.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
I'm Kara Gruber, and you're watching North Georgia basketball on NSN.
A 4-point advantage for the Eagles of Carson-Newman in this, the 11th meeting between the two programs. Craig Corbin, Walker McCrary, glad you've joined us here this afternoon for the final game in the 2019 North Georgia Classic. And a pretty tight one, back and forth. It went a lot of lead changes in this one. A couple of things that jump off the page. The great defense that the Nighthawks have been able to employ against Miss Marisites.
One of the best players in this region, bar none. I would imagine a consensus All-American when the season ends. 0 points. And she's been in foul trouble, too. She played 11 minutes in that first half, but a majority of it was in the first quarter because she got in foul trouble late. You know that she's going to get hers at some point.
Right.
Weathered the storm early. Can we keep weathering the storm?
Indeed. Kayla Marisites, you made mention, had been their conference player of the week last week, and actually one publication had her as a national player of the week. So that's the caliber that we're talking about in Kayla Marisites. The play, though, of Harley Smith really sort of was a big part of getting them out of the gate.
Yeah, she scored 4 points right off the bat. She hasn't scored since, but she's been a difference maker on the offensive end for the Eagles. The ability to get to the rack with the left hand, kind of saw the matchup changes. Kyra Davis kind of moved over toward her. The post play for North Georgia on the defensive side has been really good, converging on Smith, Marisites, Bird driving inside, getting 3 blocks in that first half, but really caused a lot of shots to not be able to find their home just based off of trying to get numbers and get hands and faces.
Interestingly, the players 6 through 9 for Carson-Newman perhaps just as important thus far in the game as their starters.
Yeah, when you look at the scoring off the bench for Carson-Newman, they've had 12 points off the bench, and when you look at the scoreboard, 12 of 27, that's a pretty big percentage. The shooting for either team has been not very good. Carson-Newman 9 of 31 from the field. North Georgia 8 of 31 from the field. Carson-Newman just 2 of 6 from 3. When's the last time we said Carson-Newman only took 6 threes and a half?
It's been a long time.
And North Georgia taking 14. I thought those numbers would be more flipped.
Yep.
But North Georgia hasn't been able to find anything in the paint. Kind of the same story as last night. Struggled in the first half in the paint. Third quarter turned it around. I think that Buffy Burson wanted to get it going a little earlier, but if you can get a third quarter like you did last night, all's going to be well on that bench.
Hear, hear. We will take a breather, come back, and dive into the box score in just a moment. It is at the half. Carson-Newman up 27-23. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
North Georgia Basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia, and Kazi Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention.
6 points from Abby Franklin to lead the way for North Georgia in the first half. The battle on the board is dead even, 24 apiece. And as we look at the numbers, not only are there no Nighthawks in double figures, there are no Eagles in double figures either.
And that goes back to the shooting number that we just said. I mean, North Georgia, 26% from the floor, and Carson-Newman, 29% from the floor. You have to think those shooting numbers are going to come up. These are just too good of teams on the offensive end to have that sort of shooting for 40 minutes straight. And that's early in the season stuff, too. Early in the season, teams struggle to find shots, trying to get things going, rhythms, chemistry on the floor, that sort of stuff. Would not be surprised now that we're 20 minutes in. Jitters are out a little bit for North Georgia. Again, it's Carson-Newman. The name has gotten the better of North Georgia the past 3 meetings. And Carson-Newman, very inexperienced and young. So 2 teams that are kind of still feeling themselves out. Would not be surprised if in this third quarter we see a scoring explosion.
I would expect the pace of play to kick up substantially. Let's run down the scoring first for the Nighthawks of UNG. We mentioned the 6 points for Abby Franklin, 4 points apiece in the first half for Julianne Sutton and also Chloe Savage. Good minutes for Chloe, was out there 8 minutes in the first half of play. 2 points each for Macy Gregg and Amani Arnold, and 4 points also for Kyra Davis in the first half of play. Foul situation, you've got 1, 2, 3 Nighthawks with 2 personal fouls apiece.
And that's going to be huge of managing. And you notice the 3 that have 2 fouls, Faith Arthur, Julianne Sutton, and Abby Hubert. Abby was very aggressive in her 5 minutes on the floor. Faith is a mismatch problem for a lot of teams, and Julianne's kind of the person who brings the energy to the floor. No charges have been taken in this game. Normally, Julianne's got 1 or 2 at this point. She's had to be on the bench with 2 fouls. So how does Buffy Burson manage having some foul trouble with 2 of her starters and then a key player off the bench? But I think the bigger question is, how does Mike Mincy manage Kayla Marisites, who also has 2 fouls?
We will ponder that as we go to break and have an answer for that perhaps when we come back. Stay with us. More at the half here. It's 27-23 Carson-Newman over North Georgia. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers, and I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm gonna find out who.
What is going on here?
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Braylon Weichel off the bench for, actually, beg your pardon, she was a starter. Braylon Weichel with 6 points to lead the way for Carson-Newman in the first half. Beg your pardon again. Actually, it was Addison Bird. Addison Bird off the bench with
That's
7
what it is. There it is.
to lead Carson-Newman. Okay, it was the first player off the bench, Addison Bird with 7 to lead the way in the first half for Carson-Newman. 6 for Braylon Weichel, 4 for Harley Smith in those back-to-back baskets, also 4 from Tori Griffin. So really, you look at the bench play for Carson-Newman, a big part of their reason that they're ahead by 4.
And they've had to have that bench play when your star player and another starter go out with foul trouble. You've got to have somebody step up. And we said that in pregame. If North Georgia was able to do the game plan and take Kayla Marisites out of the scoring column, or at least limit her, who's going to step up? And I think you've said it best. Addison Bird and a lot of the bench play, and even some new faces in Weichel and some role players in Harley Smith. They've been able to do some things offensively. Adjustments to be made for North Georgia. I think it's mainly just keep doing what you're doing, because you have to think if you keep Kayla Marisites out of the scoring column or keep her in single digits, you've got a great chance to win this game.
And if you'll recall, that's one of the situations that we talked about in the pregame. If North Georgia is able to do a defensive number on Kayla, as they have, will the rest of the team step up? So far, Carson-Newman has done just that. We will see what transpires in the second half. Glad you stayed with us. We are going to take one more timeout. When we come back, third quarter between Carson-Newman and North Georgia. It's a 4-point lead for the Eagles. Back in a moment. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom, and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
NCAA TV and marketing rights fees. Where does the money go? Long answer, 96% of the revenue is used to fund 88 championships and support 1,055 member colleges and universities, who together provide $2 billion annually in financial aid to more than 400,000 student athletes so they can compete and learn. Short answer, we put our money where our mission is.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? That is Fox 2-3 out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
We'll tell you that the last couple of minutes going into half, the first couple of minutes coming out of half, extremely important. This is certainly one of those games where I think that will be the case.
Yeah, and the question is, can North Georgia, again, weather an early storm from Carson-Newman? You expect Carson-Newman to come out and be able to score some points. Can North Georgia either A, do the same, or B, limit them offensively?
And we are underway. Third quarter, North Georgia with possession. Kara Groover zips it across to her counterpart, Abby Franklin. Faith Arthur, Franklin back to Faith, looking down low for Davis. She gets it. Now back to Faith. Goes baseline, now stops, kicks it out to Franklin with 10 to shoot. Abby to the right side, now to Groover, back to Abby. The lob down low, Julianne puts it up, it's good, and one.
And you see the energy from Julianne Sutton. Looks to the bench, claps it up. Had a yell from her. That means that Julianne is here to play.
She'll go to the line looking to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. No good on the season. 72% at the line. 27-25. Groover gets in front of that pass, and they're going to call a jump between Arthur and Murrisites. And it will stay with Carson-Newman.
Arrow hadn't flipped yet over on the table. Good job by the officials to remember that. They're going to reset it to 30. They say KG had possession. Good steal by Abby.
Abby Franklin gets the ball. Abby will take it in and score. We're tied at 27.
How about that start of the quarter for North Georgia? And they go 1-3-1 again.
I think the Nighthawks are ready to play. 9:09 to go, third quarter. Kelsey Marisites, Tori Griffin. Now Weichel, one dribble and lobs it to Kelsey. To her sister Kayla. Scoreless, averaging 19 a game. Now Griffin, a long three, right side, no good. An offensive board, though, for Marisites. Kelsey, that is. To her sister Kayla, she'll try a three. It is good, and one, and doggone it, that's on Julianne. Oh, my goodness.
Well, she scored. You knew she would at some point. What does Buffy do here with 3 fouls on Julianne? I think you have to keep her in.
I think you do, too. And hope she can stay away from further foul trouble. A 4-point play for Kayla Marisites. 31-27. Abby Franklin to Groover. Skip pass to Faith Arthur. Thought about a three. Now Julianne, top of the key, away to Franklin. Left side, Abby with 9 to shoot. Around the screen, bounces it to Kara. Groover will head down the lane. The shot is up and good! 31-29, 8:08 to go, third quarter. Kelsey Marisites open for three. It's no good. Rebound, Kayla Marisites down low underneath. Shot is up. Wouldn't go. Davis the rebound for North Georgia.
Good defense by Kyra Davis. Again, getting the hand up and not making anything easy inside 3 feet for Marisites.
Groover well out on the right side to Franklin between the circles. Guarded by Weichel around the screen. Franklin hit and a late whistle. That'll be on Harley Smith, her second.
She's in disbelief, but when you jump into somebody when you're inside that restricted area, that's a foul.
And it was a pretty good contact. Now Faith Arthur will go out. Macy Gregg is in, so it's Groover, Gregg, Franklin, who just hit the foul shot, Sutton, and Davis.
Chance to tie it again.
How many minutes did Davis play in the first half?
Got her at 18.
Missed foul shot, but a rebound by Sutton. Three from Franklin. It's up. It's good.
There's a smile from Abby Franklin. She hits the three, a 4-point play, and a quick timeout from Carson-Newman as the Nighthawks take the lead.
My, oh my, 33-31. We will, is it a full? It is a full. We will take a break. 7:35 to go in the third quarter. North Georgia by 2. It's the Nighthawks Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Sonia McClain with Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
Nighthawks have come out of the gate in the third quarter hitting on all cylinders, and they own a 2-point advantage now, 33-31. Carson-Newman with the ball. Kayla Marisites nearly moved that pivot foot to her sister Kelsey. Kelsey, top of the key, guarded by Macy Gregg, away to Tori Griffin. She's checked by Groover. Griffin in the lane, turns, shoots, no good. Rebound to Sutton. Julianne gets the outlet to Franklin. Up ahead it comes to Macy Gregg. 1-on-2. And a travel will turn it over to Carson-Newman.
She couldn't get the ball out of her hand quick enough to get down. I think she was kind of bobbling it a little bit.
Yep. 7:08 to go in the third. 2-point lead for the Nighthawks. Carson-Newman with the ball. Kayla Marisites drives on Sutton. Sort of gave a hip check to get herself some room. Missed the shot. Rebound, Abby Franklin.
That's a good job by Julianne, just standing there straight up. Again, making life hard on Kayla.
Groover on the left wing, guarded by Griffin. Zips it at the high post. Sutton from 17 feet, no good. Long rebound to Weichel. Braylon will bring it up across half court. Looks to the right side. 6:30 to go in the third. Around the horn they go. Addison Bird to Marisites. Down low, turns. Spencer, no good. Beg a part of that was Sydney Pierce. He said that Franklin was standing on the end line.
They said she landed out of bounds before she threw it, but Tori Griffin was riding her and pushing her out of bounds with her backside. No whistle for a foul. Abby's disbelieved.
Inbound comes to Kayla Marisites, guarded by Davis. Away it goes to Weichel on the right wing. She's checked by Franklin. They'll switch. Macy Gregg now with Weichel. Pierce to Bird. Addison loses her footing. Ball is free. Scramble for it. My goodness. Carson-Newman with two. They're not going to get the shot away.
Great defense. They called it. I wanted the transition. It's the right call for the shot clock, but I thought maybe they'd give it to us. And
I nearly thought that the ball had transitioned before.
It was close.
Regardless, we'll take it. We don't have a choice. North Georgia with the ball on a 2-point lead. 5:55 to go in the third. Davis holding high to Sutton out front. Now in the hands of Macy Gregg. Down low, Davis all alone. The left-handed shot is good.
Miscommunication between Marisites and Bird on the back screen for Kyra Davis. She was wide open underneath the rim.
And Walker, that's an 8-0 run by North Georgia. Weichel now back out to Pierce. Wide open, Kayla Marisites. Shot is good for three.
She took a little hop, skip, and a jump first, not getting enough off the ground, though, in the official's eyes to warrant a whistle.
5:20 and counting, third quarter. The lead is one at 35-34.
By the way, just like that, she's got 7.
All at once in a big hurry. Macy Gregg over the top to Davis, and over the top of Davis. She couldn't hold on.
I like the look there. It's a little high for Kyra, but you get Kyra the basketball inside, and then maybe a double team comes. Get her a little bit of a break here before the media. Amani into the game, and this is going to be an interesting matchup. Amani versus Kayla Marisites on the defensive end, man-to-man.
Absolutely. Weichel brings it up, bounce pass. Down low to Pierce. Left-handed shot is up and no good. Rebound. Great block out by Chloe Savage. Outlet comes to Groover. Kara hustling it up. Works to the right side. Thought about a three. Now takes the three. It is good.
Why not? And you saw her with a big fist pump after the make. Nighthawks up 4. And a timeout, Carson-Newman.
And Mike Mincy is not a happy camper. To 30.
But it goes to the media.
It does indeed. 4:39 to go here in the third. 38-34. North Georgia leads Carson-Newman right here on the Nighthawks Sports Network.
I'm Kyra Davis, and you're watching North Georgia Basketball on NSN.
across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
North Georgia back on the floor, and a big smile from Abby Franklin as she and Amani Arnold got back on the court. 4-point lead for the Nighthawks. 4:34 to play here in the third. Pierce. And a steal by Kara Groover. Took it away from Weichel. Kara will drive, shoot, and score.
And North Georgia is starting to get on a roll. Third quarter magic.
I love it. 40-34. That's the biggest lead of the afternoon for North Georgia. Marisites, a pass in the corner to Weichel, or Bird rather. Now to Pierce. Sydney holding high. Looking back door to Addison Bird instead away. It goes to Abby Wilson. That shot's an air ball. Off the mark to Abby Franklin.
Now settle down here. Don't try and force anything. Get a good possession. Take some time off the clock and get a good look.
Down low, Chloe Savage would not go.
Good look. Tried to get the foul. Didn't get the whistle.
Rebound, Addison Bird. Zips it across to Kayla Marisite. She'll drive. She'll shoot. And Chloe Savage really hit the floor hard.
Well, Chloe was in position for the charge, but they are going to get Abby with a hand check first. Abby Franklin, 12 points, by the way, halfway to a double-double in boards as well.
3:34 to go, and Julianne Sutton will set to check in just a moment.
That breaks a pretty good run for North Georgia, doesn't it?
It does. 35. That was a 5-0 and a 13-3 run.
Well, she missed the second. That's uncharacteristic of Marisite, shooting like 90% from the stripe this year.
Your career. She's now, I think, 20 of 22. Ball taken away inside by Abby Wilson. 40-35 your score. North Georgia by 5. Led by 6 a moment ago. Kayla Marisite's out front, away to Taylor Goforth. Down low, blocked by Amani Arnold. The shot again, impacted, rebound, snared by Kara Groover.
How good have the posts been today for North Georgia?
Kara just went right by. Sorry about that, Walker.
No, that was a great move.
Left Goforth in the dust at midcourt. Hubert away to Arnold. In the lane to Savage. And a 3-second violation, and that'll bring in Julianne for Amani.
The post play for North Georgia has been really, really good. Now Buffy Burson asking about the 3-second count. I don't think she got the answer she wanted.
Yeah.
Not that it would have changed, but.
Nope. High post to Smith. To give an easy basket for Addison Bird.
That's that same play. Runner off of 18 screens down the near side of the lane, and she's had it wide open. Carson-Newman's only run it twice, though, today.
Lob to Sutton. The give to Savage, and a walk will turn it over.
Closer to a jump ball than a walk, I thought, but I like the effort from Chloe Savage, though.
Yep.
She's put in some great minutes.
Absolutely. She'll get a breather, and Kyra Davis back out there. 2:16 to go in the third quarter. Smith, no good. Rebound, Sutton. Outlet comes to Groover on the move. Bounce pass.
Oh.
A little too hard to handle for Hubert. That one needed to have hit the floor.
The ball stuck.
Wow. That Groover, had it bounced maybe 3 feet earlier, it would have come up to Hubert. It really just hit at her feet. 3-point lead for the Nighthawks. Down to Harley Smith. Zips it top of the key. Kayla Marisite's three-pointer. No good. Rebound snared. And, well, Kara's going to let it go out of bounds again. And it will be North Georgia ball with 1:46 to go in the third quarter.
You know, if she hadn't done that the 2 times that she's been given that opportunity, she'd be at 7-7 right now.
There you go.
Not that stats matter,
Nope.
but, you know, us sitting courtside, we like stats.
Just saying. And a takeaway. Snatched that one out of thin air. Did Abby Wilson. A way to go for it. Picks up her dribble. And Kara returns the favor. Groover with the ball.
Be patient here.
1:20 to go in the third. Up by 3. High post. Sutton away to Franklin. Now works in between the circles to the right side. Leaves for Kara. Down low. Sutton shoots. Scores.
Good job by Julianne. Take what the defense gives you, and they're going to give you an easy post entry. Just got to do the work at the block.
42-37. Kara Marisites, top of the key, picks up her dribble. Down to Addison Bird, 10-footer. That's a tough shot. Would not go.
They said Abby got a touch on that?
We have had a couple of really curious possession calls here this quarter.
Abby's given up 4 inches to Addison Bird. She didn't jump.
There's no way. Harley Smith, that's a charge!
They said block. They said block.
Foul's going to go to Abby Hubert.
The only thing I guess they could say is Abby was sliding under maybe, but, I mean, that's playing defense, and Harley came into her.
Whew, goodness. We have instant replay confirmation. That was a touch by Carson-Newman on the possession. Travel will turn it to North Georgia, so goodness gracious. 30 seconds to go in the third.
You know what I like to say, Craig? The ball doesn't lie.
The ball does not lie. 5-point lead with possession. A difference of a couple of seconds in the shot clock and the game clock. Abby Franklin, closely guarded by Abby Wilson. You better get ready, Abby. Here it comes.
Oh, she picked up her dribble. Oh, got bailed out by a foul.
Away from the ball, and that's on Harley Smith, her third. And that was way away from the ball.
And so now North Georgia can hold for one.
Yes.
Not that they couldn't already with the difference in shot clock, but now they really can. Bring in Sydney Pierce, get some height inside. Good move by Mike Mincy here.
Abby Franklin gets it in. Julianne with 8, 7. Groover, 6, 5, 4. Away to Sutton with 3, 2. Sutton drives, has it blocked. Put up by Groover at the buzzer, and it goes.
Should have been a whistle, but we'll take the 2 points and a 7-point lead headed to the final stanza.
21 points in the third quarter for North Georgia, and their lead is 7. Don't go away. Can't wait for quarter number 4. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
North Georgia basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia, and Kazi Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Man, it's Fox 2-3 out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
The Nighthawks of UNG outscoring Carson-Newman in the third quarter 21-10. And just like last night, third quarter may well be the difference in this game.
And they just showed a replay on the board of that final play from Kara Groover. There was a lot of contact on Julian.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was. Groover with the ball to Sutton. Now at the left elbow, Abby Franklin holding high. Now Groover open for 3. It's up. It is good.
Yes, 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 and yes. Gotta love it.
And that is a double-digit advantage. Down low, Pierce moved the pivot foot, and it's a travel.
A lot of question marks for Carson-Newman coming out of this weekend. Win or lose here in this one, I think that Mike Mincy's got a lot of questions to answer before they open up SAC play against LMU next weekend.
You just hit the nail on the head because last night's 10-point loss, very unexpected.
Beg your pardon, that game's on Tuesday.
Not a lot of turnaround there. Down low, Sutton puts it up. Foul on Sidney Pierce.
Again, what's Carson-Newman giving you? Easy post entry, so it comes down to Kinkyra and Julianne and Amani and whoever else is posting up down low. Do the work to be able to either get to the free throw line or put the ball in the hoop.
Julianne rattles in the foul shot. This series has been a battle of heavyweights for a number of years. And North Georgia looking to avenge the only loss they have suffered in this gorgeous facility. Both foul shots were good. It's now a 12-point lead. Missed shot in the lane. Tori Griffin, and a foul as Griffin came flying out of nowhere. They're going to give the foul to Groover. Second on Kara. Weichel will inbound along the baseline.
Craig, over the last 4 meetings between these two teams, it's been decided by 7.5 points.
Wow. Tori Griffin drives, shoots, and scores. And that breaks a 9-0 run dating back into the third quarter. 49-39. North Georgia by 10 with the ball. Julianne drives on Sidney Pierce, and a block by Pierce. Julianne had her by a step.
This is by far the lowest scoring matchup in the history.
Kayla Marisites with a 3-point basket and a timeout by Coach Burson, a 30. We'll keep it right here.
They may end up making this the media, and they will.
You are very prescient of you, sir.
Good word.
8:34. 8:34 to go. It's North Georgia 49. Carson-Newman 42. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
Can you stop copying me?
And back we are. Craig Corbin, Walker McCrary, the entire Nighthawk Sports Network team. 8:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. The matchup between the Nighthawks of UNG, the Eagles of Carson-Newman. Top 20 battle. The 11th ranked Nighthawks on top right now by 7. Julianne Sutton missing a long 3. Rebound, Kelsey Marisites. Outlet comes to Braylon Weichel. Weichel with the ball in the lane. Now tried to get it to Pierce, but taken away by Julianne Sutton. One dribble and zips it to Kara Groover.
I like the look on this end by Julianne, though. Make Carson-Newman come out and guard you on the perimeter.
Abby Franklin guarded by Braylon Weichel. 7:50 to go. North Georgia by 7. To Macy Gregg, one dribble and away to Davis, holding high, top of the key. Now left side on the wing to Groover. Kara will take it around the right side, down the lane, around Pierce. Shot blocked, out of bounds, and North Georgia will have only 2 seconds with which to work.
But Buffy Burson is the master of the baseline out. We've said it time and time again. Would not be surprised to get a really good look here.
Franklin slaps the ball, got to hurry, gets it into Macy Gregg, puts up the shot blocked, and Carson-Newman has it. On the move, Weichel closely checked, picks up her dribble, now to Pierce, top of the key, back it goes to Weichel, and that's a foul on Tori Griffin as she hip-checked Kara Groover to the floor.
Doesn't count as a charge, but it works the same in terms of stats. Again, the selflessness to not be afraid to hit the ground upon contact. Now full court pressure is, I think Weichel's going to do a little face guarding of Abby Franklin.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Very.
I mean, Abby does have 12 points tonight.
Yep. Sutton, top of the key, over the top to Davis. In traffic, shot is up and good.
Kayla Marisites looks lost on the defensive end.
Yep. And a timeout. Coach Mincy will keep it right here to 30.
And I say that because she doesn't normally have to match up with somebody like Kyra Davis. Normally she ends up on the perimeter. I'm really surprised that Coach Mincy hasn't put a Sydney Pierce on Kyra. Yes, Kyra can step out and do some things on the perimeter, but that's just a confusing non-adjustment.
Agreed. I think this entire North Georgia Classic experience this season has been unsettling for Carson-Newman.
Yeah, and like I said a few minutes ago, win or lose coming out of this weekend, Mike Mincy's going to have some questions as he gets ready for SAC play against LMU on Tuesday. Now, it is back-to-back home games next weekend for Carson-Newman, but still a lot of questions. They're good in Holt Fieldhouse.
Indeed. Eagles with the ball, down by 9. Long three. It's an air ball taken by Abby Franklin.
And she's just trying to get something going.
Yep.
Only 11 points. I'm looking on the wrong side. Wrong number 1.
6:45 to go. North Georgia the ball and a 9-point advantage. Sutton top of the key, right side on the wing to Franklin. Back it goes to Julianne on the left side. Macy Gregg back to Julianne. 8 to shoot. Now hands it to Macy with 5, 4. Macy drives, has it blocked. Contact.
And she was out of bounds.
Oh, me. And that will turn it over.
But you saw the intentions of North Georgia really being intentional about trying to get it into Kyra Davis. That time, Marisites did great defense inside.
Weichel with the ball, 6:18 to go. 51-42. Marisites works the left side around Davis, puts it up, and it is no good. Ball tipped, and they'll keep it. Kelsey Marisites comes up with it to Tori Griffin at the left wing. Heaves up a 17-footer, left it short. Rebound snared by Groover. Kara away to Franklin. Now over to Macy Gregg. 5:54 and counting in the ball game. The Nighthawks looking to stop in a foul inside as Davis received the pass. That may go on Kelsey.
No, they said Kayla.
Kayla, all right. It was the sort of the Marisites double team on Kyra Davis. Inbound comes to Groover. Kara on the wing, right side, top of the key, and Franklin. 15 to shoot, down the lane, left side, shot is up, good!
Abby is so good about getting to the rim and keeping control when she gets there, not going out of control where she runs past the backboard before she has a chance to get up in the air.
Kayla Marisites throws it up, draws contact, hits the floor with 5:24 to play, and Carson-Newman down 11.
I'm not mad with that foul, though, to be honest with you, Craig. If you're going to foul Marisites, make sure she doesn't make it. And
Agreed.
Kyra's got fouls to give.
Shot is up and goes for Kayla.
Wonder how many straight games she's had double figures.
You probably have to go back a long way in her career to find one where she didn't. The second one, no good. North Georgia comes up with a loose ball. Outlet comes to Groover. Kara, contact with Goforth. Or beg your pardon, that was Kelsey. Davis holding high. Now to Julianne. 5 minutes. 5 seconds to go. North Georgia 53-43 over Carson-Newman. And a foul on the drive by Franklin. That'll go against Weichel. Weichel and Pierce get a breather, as does Kelsey Marisites.
9 straight games in double figures for Marisites. The last time she was held in single digits was February 23rd against Queens.
Wow. Kyra Davis goes to the floor. Groover with the ball. Now to Macy Gregg with 10 to shoot, 4:50 to play. North Georgia by 10. Macy Gregg, three-pointer. It's no good off the glass to Kayla Marisites.
31 of the last 35 games she's played double figures.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Down low to Harley Smith. Backs in on Sutton. Boy, that's a travel all day long.
Twice on Saturdays.
Yes, indeed. Kayla Marisites on Davis, up and in.
That's how good of a player she is. And Carson-Newman just used their last timeout with 4:23 to play.
That's a lot of the fourth quarter to go without a timeout.
Now, granted, a couple of those timeouts he had to take because, he was trying to stop runs from North Georgia, but I don't know that I would have gotten rid of my last one, especially it's an 8-point game with 4 minutes left. And
a lot of basketball.
With women's basketball, being able to advance it into the front court on a timeout, that's something that Carson-Newman won't be able to do down the stretch.
Yep.
Big advantage for the Nighthawks.
Big
question. Advantage.
Without question. As we welcome our viewers, not only the Nighthawk Sports Network, our friends at GMTV, Georgia Mountain Television. Our thanks to them being the newest partner of the Nighthawk Sports Network. So glad to be able to have not only the broadcast of men's and women's basketball, men's and women's soccer, baseball, softball, as well as UNG Nighthawk All Access.
And the 5th episode now available on UNGathletics.com YouTube page. Buffy Burson was on that show. Matt Daniel.
We've had
Leah
a lot
Johnson.
of great visits.
A lot of really, really good visits. Do you have a favorite? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but because they've all been good.
You know, it's always great to visit with Coach Burson.
Yes.
But also nice to welcome new members to the family, the Nighthawk Athletic family. And, of course, we've been blessed with a phenomenal effort, women's golf. And Coach Sierra Campbell, great to visit with her.
Marisites now with 4. And Nighthawks in the double bonus the rest of the way.
Let's hit some foul shots, shall we?
This has been one of the things that North Georgia hasn't done well this year. They haven't been bad, but they haven't been at the caliber we're used to seeing. Julianne wants to get the sweep out there. You know what my favorite, I think, is from All Access? I really, really liked the interview with Pat Parrish, the very first one of the series.
Yeah. Such a great guy.
Yes. And then learning that Taylor Malashik in that first episode is a pilot.
Is a pilot.
By the way, she scored 17 goals this year.
Unbelievable. I can't wait for the women to play tomorrow afternoon. 1 of 2 for Abby.
Wingate ended up winning 4-0.
Telling you, it bodes well. 54-45 with 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go. Abby Wilson just inside the arc, high off the iron, no good. Rebound, Harley Smith. Back it goes to Abby Wilson. Again, a miss. Scramble for the loose ball. It will stay with Carson-Newman. Boy, I'll tell you, that is a tough little spot on the floor for the Nighthawks to gain possession, evidently.
Well, you see Carson-Newman throwing everything they've got at that offensive glass now.
Kayla Marisites, 15-footer, good.
She's got such a nice shot.
Very smooth delivery. 3:45 to go. And a 7-point advantage. Long pass up to Macy Gregg. She'll drive. The fake, the shot. It will not go. Julianne Sutton got a hand on it. A foul inside will send her to the line with 3:35 to play.
And Julianne, one of the players that North Georgia wants to get on the line. She's 2 of 3 so far today. And in her career, she's pretty good from that spot as well. 156 to 231 coming into the day. That's just over 67%. But she's hit big free throws in big moments. Her percentage might not be there, but she can hit them in the right moments.
Just hit one right there. One more coming, and it will not go. Kara Groover with the rebound.
Oh, yes, she did. Yes, she did. But, I mean, that's the kind of effort Yes, it's a turnover, and yes, Coach Burson's not going to like it, but that's the effort that North Georgia's got to have to see this one out.
Clock rolls, 3:25 to go, 55-47. Kayla Marisites with the ball in the lane, kicks it back to Abby Wilson, holding high, now to Harley Smith. Works on Sutton, shot is up with the right hand, and it goes.
She's going to be good for Carson-Newman in her 4-year career.
No question about it. 55-49, 3 minutes, 3 seconds to play. Franklin up ahead to Macy Gregg.
Now be patient. Clock is your friend.
Yes, indeed. Macy works the right side of the lane, kicks it to Sutton, puts it up, and it's good.
Or just drive the lane and find a wide open Julianne Sutton. I mean,
that works too. 57-49, the lob to Harley Smith. And that pass winds up in the hands of Kayla Marisites. Shot is up, good, and a foul.
Well, we know the game plan for the final 2:41 for Carson-Newman. It's put the ball in number one's hands and let number one try and get to the free throw line and make buckets along the way.
Yep, and unfortunately this a 3-point opportunity. Harley Smith a breather and Chandler Gear back in for the Eagles.
Again, it's got to be not how quick you answer, how effective you answer.
Kayla Marisites with 19 now and all in the second half.
A lot of contact. Blow a whistle.
There's a whistle. Up ahead it goes, intended for Sutton. That's going to be out of bounds to North Georgia. I'm telling you, a lot of contact right in here.
Kyra got hit from behind, hit from right, hit from left. The only place she didn't get hit is in front. Somehow hang on to the ball.
No doubt. Kudos to her for that.
Yeah.
12 to shoot, 2:22 to play. Abby Franklin to Macy Gregg. 7-6. Down the right side of the lane. She drives, shoots, would not go. Rebound, Kayla Marisites. It is a 5-point game with 2:10 to go. Three-pointer is up. It's an air ball out of bounds and over to North Georgia.
Now here's what North Georgia needs to do here. They need to work the ball around the perimeter. Well, break the press first, but then work the ball around the perimeter and try and find Julianne Sutton inside. Now being guarded by Chandler Gear, somebody who hasn't guarded Julianne all night.
Finally, a reach-in foul as Kyra Davis was double-teamed. That foul, I believe the fourth on Griffin.
Yes.
At the line, Kyra Davis, big foul shots here. And it's good.
I don't know that I don't mix something up for one possession here if I'm Coach Burson. Go out of the man and try and go 1-3-1 just for one possession to just try and throw something different at Marisites.
I like that. 2 foul shots for Kyra Davis.
We stay man, but a little bit more pressure. Look at Kyra on Marisites face guarding.
Griffin drives, nothing there. Three-pointer left side, good. Sort of the unsung hero, Tori Griffin, playing with 4 fouls.
Be patient. Plenty of time to waste here.
2-possession game, 59-55, a minute 30 to go. Franklin picks up her dribble. The lob to Sutton. Julianne on the right block, backs in over Gear. No good, but a foul will send her to the line.
Good job by Julianne. Gear's not excited about being whistled for the foul, but you can't jump into somebody. By the letter of the law, that's a foul.
That tends to violate the previously agreed upon rules and regulations, and a big foul shot there for Julianne.
Now, North Georgia's got 3 timeouts, which are going to come in handy to move the ball across midcourt when Carson-Newman scores, because you have to think they're going to score. Can't do that until you're inside a minute, though, so North Georgia's got to buckle down defensively at least for one more possession.
80 seconds to play, 61-55, North Georgia leading Carson-Newman. A top 20 battle here in the Convocation Center. A lot of contact, no whistle.
Are they going to get Kyra or are they going to get Kayla? I think that's just 2 players going hard at it. I I don't know that there needed to be a whistle, even with the bodies going to the floor there. Pretty good box out from both. That's it. I'm not mad at the foul. I'm not mad that the whistle was there. I really like what Kyra's doing defensively. I thought that maybe we'd get Julianne or Amani doing this job on Kayla.
Yep.
But Kyra is doing a great job face guarding what will be an All-American.
That is her fourth. Marisites from 15, no good. Rebound snatched by Abby Franklin. Outlet comes to Davis. Kyra will bring it up.
Got to handle the ball.
Stops.
There's the trap.
Double teamed and a timeout taken. 55 seconds to play.
They may add some time back. I saw the clock tick down a little bit.
We will keep it right here. 61-55, a two-possession game. The largest lead of the afternoon was 12. The Nighthawks with a huge effort in that third quarter where they outscored Carson-Newman 21-10.
So should have 2 timeouts left. The possession arrow not in our favor.
Nope.
But the clock is. Carson-Newman doesn't have to foul yet. You can see this 19 seconds out. That'll take it down to, 36? Still a lot of time for 2 possessions. I think North Georgia's got to wind this one down.
Groover
looking
the ball.
Inside.
Baseline, double teamed. Tries to get rid of it. Now bounces it off. Oh, they're going to say a 5-second count, and we'll give it to Carson-Newman. 47.9 to go.
So they get some extra time.
Let's play some defense right here. Clock rolls, 40 seconds to play. Kayla Marisites guarded by Davis. Around a screen, in the lane, the shot is up. It is no good, but a foul. My goodness.
Give it to Julianne. No, they gave it to Kyra. That's her 5th. So now here comes the decision. Who does Buffy Burson want to put out there, and then who guards Marisites?
She goes
Great game, though, for Kyra. 10-6, but more importantly, held Kayla Marisites scoreless for 20 minutes.
That is a victory in itself.
Yeah.
34.9. Kayla Marisites at the line. The shot is up and good.
Okay, so Hubert in. North Georgia can use one of the 2 timeouts to advance the ball here. I think that's what Buffy's going to do.
Got them both.
Yep.
And she does it, advances it to the near side. 61-57 on the 2 foul shots by Marisites. She now has 21 on the afternoon, all in the second half. Still a 2-possession game.
So here's what Carson-Newman's about to do. They're going to double team Abby to not let her get the basketball coming inbounds. So I think that Abby will be the one inbounding the ball. I think that's the best thing to do. But then Abby's got to get the ball back and try and take some time off the clock. This little difference between shot and game clock, you expect fouls. So can you get the ball in Julianne's hands? Can you get the ball in KG's hands? I mean, even if Abby doesn't inbound the ball, try and get the ball in her hands to shoot the free throws. I don't know that there's anybody on the floor right now for North Georgia that you wouldn't want shooting, but there's people that you would want more shooting, as now we go chaos.
34.9 to go. North Georgia has it. Franklin guarded by Abby Wilson. And a whistle with 30.9 to go. And that is on Wilson.
And a good job by Mish there to handle the basketball, not be so quick to put the ball on the floor, but to wait and see what evolves before getting taken out of control by Carson-Newman.
Pierce goes out. Kelsey Marisites is in. Made foul shot by Abby Franklin, makes it 62-57.
And how big is it that Carson-Newman doesn't have timeouts? They cannot advance.
Got them both. 63-57.
0.6 difference.
Indeed. Wilson drives, shoots, no good. Marisites out of nowhere, draws contact.
She crashes the board hard, Craig.
I'm telling you what, Coach Burson really is not pleased with the disproportionate number of whistles that have come from the perimeter, and I'm going to leave it at that. Marisites makes the first.
I agree with your sentiment, but let me play devil's advocate. Carson-Newman's committed 4 more fouls in this game.
The difference should be greater. I'll say that.
Yes, I agree with that.
Should be greater. All right, so 23.5 now. 1 possession game. Beg your pardon. Is that right? No. Yes.
Should be 59-63. Yep,
yeah.
they just re-updated it.
Yeah.
Hit the 2 button instead of the 1 button on the scoreboard, next to each other.
As Lee Glenn is fond of saying, the hieroglyphics did not show a 60th point for Carson-Newman.
Final timeout for North Georgia. They advance. Expect the chaos again, the running around, just trying not to get set in one place. That way Carson-Newman can't set any sort of defense. Get the ball in Abby's hands again, and then if she doesn't take a dribble, I don't care.
How great, though, to be in a position with 23 and a half seconds to go that you're playing with a 4-point advantage.
And, I mean, this hasn't been the case in this series. Over the past 3 games, it's been Carson-Newman up late. And, again, look at this, running around and not looking silly, but, I mean, it even makes Abby Franklin laugh a little bit. She's cracking a smile.
Better to be chased than to chase. Groover makes the fake, now zips it in to Julianne. Julianne is fouled with 20.8 seconds to go.
I would have liked to have seen Julianne chin that ball instead of getting it above her head because you can hold it a lot stronger here than you can up there. Who's got 5 now? That's Tori.
And Griffin goes to the bench. She is a tenacious competitor.
And Craig, has 9 points on the day, and she's been one of just a couple of players to hit a 3-pointer for Carson-Newman today.
64-59. The first one is good. Another one forthcoming from Julianne. And got it. 65-59, 19 seconds to go. Weichel with the ball, leaves it for Wilson. A heave from 3, no good. Rebound into the hands of Addison Bird.
No foul,
10 seconds to go. Kelsey Marisites pushes off, puts up a 3. It's good.
That's
with
fine.
5.7, 65-62. You got to get it in. And a foul will send Abby Franklin to the line. And is that 5 on Kayla? Kayla Marisites is gone for the afternoon.
Finishes with 23 and 6. She gave a very good effort in this second half to try and keep Carson-Newman in this game.
How frustrating must she have been at the half, having been held scoreless through the first 2 quarters?
I don't know that there's been a time in her career that she's been held scoreless in a half. I'd have to go back and look at those 6-point games that she had last year, but I would be willing to say she at least got a free throw.
First one good, second one good. 2-possession game with only 5 seconds to go. 67-62. Weichel with the ball. 1 second to go, and North Georgia has knocked off Carson-Newman 67-62.
What an effort by Buffy Burson's team. Down at the half, but in the game, they weathered the storm. And again, Craig, the third quarter is what does it for North Georgia.
You saw it tonight. Can't wait to sort of begin digesting this one. We'll begin that process in just a minute. We're going to take a break. Back with the postgame. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Goodbye, LA, until another time.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
And back we are. What a great day to be a Nighthawk. North Georgia with a big win over Carson-Newman, 67-62. And, well, I guess that breaks the string against Carson-Newman and the 11th-ranked Nighthawks with, again, a phenomenal second half. And, boy, it really all started with that third quarter.
Again, it's the third quarter. The adjustments made at halftime, the intensity coming out. I think North Georgia scored the first, 5 points of that second half?
They did.
And it came off of Abby Franklin getting a good look and then getting a steal and getting another easy look there in that opening 30 seconds or so in that second half. That really set the tone for the rest of that third quarter.
It was a 12-4 run to open up the quarter and outscored Carson-Newman 21-10. You just had the feeling that they then realized that they could, in fact, win this ball game.
And I don't know that that was ever a doubt in some of these players' minds. Abby Franklin and Kara Groover and Julianne Sutton still had that right on the edge feeling from the regional final, and knowing they could have won last year here in this building and wanting to get that revenge. And you really saw that come out in the third quarter once they said, well, hey, we're right in this game. I don't know that they were nervous per se, but the shots weren't falling, but they were still in it. And I think that's what gave the confidence, especially once you got off to that quick start in the third quarter to push through.
You mentioned Abby Franklin. She wound up the leading scorer for UNG, 19 points on the afternoon, 4 in double figures, 17 on the day for Julianne Sutton, 12 for Kara Groover to go with 7 rebounds, 10 points for Kyra Davis. All the way through the lineup, phenomenal effort by all the young ladies here today.
And I think the biggest thing here is defensively, North Georgia was stellar. Held Carson-Newman, a team that we expect to shoot astronomical numbers anytime they touch the floor, 29.9% for the floor. So 30% shooting performance. You held one of the, I'm going to say it, the nation's best shooting teams over the past 6 years under Mike Mincy. I'd be willing to say that their shooting percentage is one of the best in the nation over that time period. You held them to 30% and 7 of 20 from 3. I think that across the board, Buffy Burson's got to be so excited about how this team performed tonight.
Without question. Now, if someone had told you before this weekend that North Georgia would walk away with 2 victories, wouldn't have been necessarily out of the realm of reality. If that same person had told you that Carson-Newman will go back to Tennessee with 2 losses, different story.
I don't think that would have been the case. You're right. I think that North Georgia was very surprised to have Carson-Newman coming in off of a loss. But North Georgia also did a great job today of not letting that get into the head of them once they got out here, because North Georgia was very calm and poised and cool and collected, and that was what got North Georgia through this game.
North Georgia improves to 6-0 on the season, 11th ranked in the nation. Carson-Newman falls to 4-2 on the year. It's going to be a great season. Look forward to following the ladies the rest of the way.
Yeah, they go on the road for the next 2 at Belmont Abbey, at Clark Atlanta. We get them back in here for the Peach Belt opener on December 15th. North Georgia women's basketball, it's a reload at this point. They're starting to really find their stride, and Buffy Burson's got the team rolling.
A big day today for
Yes.
UNG, a 67-62 win over Carson-Newman. We've got men's action about half an hour away. Don't you dare miss that one. On behalf of Walker, the entire Nighthawk Sports Network team, I'm Craig Corbin saying, get your final score. North Georgia over Carson-Newman, 67-62. We'll see you next time.